Hey everybody, it's Anna and welcome back to my booktube channel, or welcome if you're new. Today I am going to be filming the Gratitude and Joy book tag, which I have to say always makes me think, oh, tidings of gratitude and joy, which is not the original impetus for this tag, but it's been living rent-free in my brain ever since I got tagged, so you're welcome. This was originally created by Pat from Book Chats with Pat, and I was tagged by Allie over at A Genteel Black Hole, and I will link both of their channels and their videos below. So there are several prompts around different themes, and the first theme is joy. Let us be grateful to the people who make us happy. They are the charming gardeners who make our souls blossom. Marcel Proust. So question 1, name an author whose books bring you joy, or discuss a specific book that made you feel joyful. This was hard for me to narrow down, but I had to narrow it down to 3. So we have Becky Chambers, Peter S. Beagle, and Ursula K. Le Guin. It's interesting to me that all of those are like sci-fi and fantasy authors, but their books always bring me a great amount of joy, whether they are new to me or rereads. And then number 2 is discuss something about booktube that you find joyful. Honestly, I think it's like getting to virtually meet and talk with people from all around the world, and also just to come in contact with people who are as excited about books and reading and literature as I am. I find that there's like such a diversity of reading tastes, habits, styles, etc., and also like different styles of making videos. And I just think that that creativity being on display in this hobby is something that just makes me incredibly happy. And I definitely do feel very joyful when I get to have conversations back and forth in the comment sections of videos. So that's my joy. Second is friendship. Kindred spirits are not so scarce as I used to think. It's splendid to find out there are so many of them in the world. Of course, that was Ella Montgomery in Anne of Green Gables. And the third question is to discuss a book that focuses primarily on friendship. I think most of us have found that books that mostly focus on friendship are frequently books that are written for children or like younger readers. So for that, I had to go with the quintessential Charlotte's Web by E.B. White. This is actually my childhood copy that I have had since I was literally 6 years old. It is one of my most treasured possessions. It was a Christmas gift from my grandparents, and it is the story of an unlikely friendship between a shy pig who does not want to become bacon and the spider who conspires to save his life by showing the world just what some terrific, radiant, humble pig he is. A+ from me. Next up is laughter. There is nothing like deep breaths after laughing that hard. Nothing in the world like a sore stomach for the right reasons. Stephen Chbosky from The Perks of Being a Wallflower. So question 4 is discuss an author or a specific book that makes you laugh. I had 2 books that I chose for this, and I couldn't really narrow it down to one of the 2, so I just decided to include both of them. The first one is Three Men in a Boat by Jerome K. Jerome, which is widely regarded as a classic of humor in the English language. It's the story of these men that decide to go on a boating trip down a river despite their utter incompetence and just general silly foolishness, and it is great. It is a book that is filled with hijinks and shenanigans. And then the next one is, it's in like a slipcover here, the edition I have, The Diary of a Provincial Lady by E.M. Delafield. This is another comedic novel that's written in the style of a diary, just of this like normal kind of upper class English lady, or like upper middle class English lady maybe, and about the misadventures of her life. This is a whole series of books that I picked up quite randomly. I'm pretty sure this was just a random library book sale find, and the entire series is hysterical. Like, I find it really funny, and it's not a book that I've seen or heard anybody on booktube talk about. So if you've read this book, let me know. It's awesome. All right, community. We cannot live only for ourselves. 1,000 fibers connect us with our fellow men. Herman Melville. So number 5 is going to be to discuss a book where the idea of community is important. I had to go with another Becky Chambers on this one, but it's not going to be her first novel. In fact, it's going to be the third Spacefarer's book, which is Record of a Spaceborne Few. This is the story of one of the last generation ships that left Earth and what happens to that community of people as all of the other generation ships have landed and people have started new lives on different planets throughout the galaxy. But this is one of the remaining few that has not docked anywhere, and it's kind of a story of like, what are all of these people going to do? And as the back says, each character has their own voice, but all seek answers to inescapable questions. Why remain among the stars when there are habitable worlds within reach? And what is the purpose of a ship that has reached its destination? I honestly need to give this one a reread. This is probably the one I have reread the least, but it is very good. Number 6, discuss a communal reading experience that you have had. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you might remember the year that I started reading romance books because I wanted to see what all the hubbub was about in terms of that genre. And one of my favorite communal reading experiences was at the Romance Book Club at Brick and Mortar Books in Redmond, Washington. I really miss you guys. It was a great group of people to get to read and discuss books with. Okay, next is gratitude. I can no other answer make but thanks and thanks. William Shakespeare, Twelfth Night. Number 7, name a book in which a character demonstrates real gratitude, or name a book that left you feeling a sense of gratitude. A book that left me feeling a sense of gratitude is one of my favorite books of all time, and that is Braiding Sweetgrass, Indigenous Wisdom, Scientific Knowledge, and the Teachings of Plants by Robin Wall Kimmerer. The subtitle really tells you a lot of what this book is about, but it really left me feeling a sense of gratitude and appreciation for the abundance of the natural world around us, a gratitude and appreciation for the living things that we are so lucky to get to share this planet with. You know, not just the things that we think of as being the, you know, charismatic, save the polar bear type living things, but humble plants and just what they can teach us about who we are as people and what the world is and what the world means to other living beings. Again, absolutely fantastic book. This is one of my most gifted books as well, in addition to being one of my favorites. In fact, I've gifted my own like personal copy of it so many times I actually had to go buy the hardcover, and I'm like, okay, the hardcover is the one I'm keeping. Anyone else who gets this as a gift, I'm buying them their own paperback copy. But yeah, I would highly recommend this book. It's definitely one that I could dip into at any point and find something incredible and amazing to be thankful for, that I get to experience it on this earth. And finally, number 8. We're going to tag others to spread a sense of joy and gratitude. So now that YouTube actually lets you do this, I am going to tag a bunch of people in the description box, which lets you know that someone has tagged you in a tag video. But if you would like to do this video, please consider yourself tagged. I will include questions, etc. down below as well. Thank you all so very much for watching this. I am grateful that all of you are here and very grateful for this community that we are cultivating and the love of books that we get to share together. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.